Hello everyone, Jesse Webb, Traders Pro. Market conditions looking pretty good yesterday, and today looks like we've got the debt ceiling taken care of. Markets really wanted to see an outcome to that, at least something permanent and final for now. Bullish in a bull market is the current condition, and the short-term signal on SPY, we're just watching, or S&P 500, still kind of this upper range. Looking close for a breakout. We'll look at the S&P 500 chart right here in just a minute, but it's getting close. We're still dealing with breadth, meaning there's just not a lot of participants at this point still, but momentum is moving higher. Sentiment also looks good. Sorry for the scrolling. Sentiment's up in this upper range, and that's going to work out for this current market environment. We're still dealing with the buy-sell ratio here, but one of the things I've mentioned before is this tight range this time versus this wide range here, and even wider range here. So that is some confirmation that there's a lot of stocks just stuck in the middle. There's not an aggressive downtrend or not an aggressive uptrend either at this point, where we're getting that really wide move. We're just not getting that right here, and I think that is also showing up in the price activity, and we just need a good confirmation move one way or the other. We still have that bullish bias and that bullish tone. That needs to be the overall direction as of right now. We did see 4 or 5 more stocks bump up in the Dow into that buy range. We were sitting at 5 yesterday. We're up at 9. A couple good-looking stocks here. In fact, General Electric, if you look at GE, it's had a really nice run, nice smooth pattern, nice smooth trending pattern where you're just not seeing a lot of erratic ups and downs, with a good solid confirmation bar on GE right here. So interesting chart pattern. And then also Boeing has just moved up. Boeing has been the opposite. Boeing has been really volatile. You're getting a lot of these whipsaws, and in a momentum methodology, that is not uncommon to see during a counter trend or a retracement period, to see a move higher and then it stalls and it reverses. So we're wanting for this to move to continue to trend and move higher, but in some cases during bear markets or counter trend moves, you'll deal with some whipsaw. Whipsaw is just this right here, where you're getting signals to the upside and then it reverses, and then you're getting some of those right there. Eventually one of those is going to grab and take, or the other side, one of those is going to grab and take and continue that overall trend direction. That's just part of the cost of trading, is dealing with some whipsaws, and money management will take care of that. Apple also looking good on a breakout right here. Let's look at some of the muscle stocks. There's some nice looking patterns in here. INTT has one that has been pretty volatile, pretty impressive for the most part this year, where it's gone from this about 10, 12 bucks up to 20. So a good double so far this year. Some volatility here, but a potential for some confirmation on this breakout. Keep an eye on that one today. And then also there were about the top 10 were actually looking pretty good today. I'll go through all of those for you. UIHC, $5 stock, confirmation bar, not too bad, but also not, a good solid green bar would have been a little bit more ideal. WVE also coming off the bottom. PACB with a confirmation bar moving into the buy zone here. That's the profile. That's the trend profile that we want to see on any stock that we're looking for, is a stock that's gone from, it's moving this direction in terms of momentum. This slider bar up here is your momentum bar, and we want to see it inside of this range to begin with. Ideally, it's starting here. You can see from the chart, obviously, the direction it has been moving. So you know that yellow bar right there, it would have been yellow up on this upper range. So it's just moved up into this upper end. And again, we want to see it in that upper quarter of the stock chart. We want to see it trending and continue to trend. That's where the momentum comes, and continue for some breakout on those. The setup looks good. It's a medical instrument stock. We'll see how that one does. TCMD also, medical, biomed, those are still working. Nice looking, super smooth trend. You can see that chart pattern where there's just not a lot of volatility there in terms of ups and downs and whipsaws like we saw in that Boeing chart. OVID, $3 stock, medical biotech stock with a potential breakout there. That's a good looking pattern. Keep an eye on that one today. And then also BMI. BMI is one that's been a little bit more volatile, but it's got a really solid confirmation bar right here, and then some good fundamentals as well. This upper range, when all of these are green, that means the company is also firing on all cylinders, and that ultimately is what drives the stock price. Ultimately, the stock price is the present value of the future earnings of a company. And so traders and investors are looking at that and trying to decide what they believe the future value of those earnings looks like and whether now's a good buying opportunity or not. As far as we're concerned, we're just focused on the price activity and the price pattern. But if you know that you've got a buy signal here and a good confirmation bar, and that the company's fundamentals are also doing well, it's just icing on the cake. It doesn't always correlate. We know that we've seen that. That's a part of the interesting thing about price momentum is you may have a stock whose fundamentals are working well, but the stock price is just not moving, where you might have a stock that's not making any money at all and it is moving. So there really is a huge factor in the human involvement in a lot of price activity, because sometimes it just doesn't make any sense why it's moving. So we don't want to always have to make sense. We just want to focus on the price activity. So keep an eye on some of those. There's actually a couple of oil stocks, I think, that were down here. TDW right here, really nice confirmation bar on TDW. And I believe the next one, that's also a good pattern, pretty volatile chart pattern here on NIP. And then INSP, nice pattern. Lots of good-looking patterns because of that move yesterday on SPY. I didn't pull that chart up like I said I was going to, but you can see SPY, good solid bar, running into some resistance. Futures are a little bit higher this morning, so we'll see if we can gap out of this upper range and continue some momentum. That'll do it for today's update. Everybody have a fantastic day today. Thank you.